Hi everyone, welcome along to another little video. John here, and I was looking through our little blues group today and I saw that Sean asked a question to everyone in the group, and I'll just read it out because my computer's just here. He says, as one of the many aspiring blues players, I always struggle to get past a certain point. I know the scales, but I find it difficult to improvise, and I was wondering if anyone has any advice on putting licks together and what licks to start with. So this is a good question, isn't it? Because you get some licks and kind of they're great, but sometimes you don't know how to fit them in or kind of how to develop them. So I'll try and help. This is my take on it anyway. You know, there's so many different approaches, but see if this helps. So first of all, let's have a really simple blues lick, and I'll do a 12-bar blues in E, all right? So I'm going to do this. All right, so this is 14 on the D, 12 on the G, back to 14. Then I'm going to bend this 14 on the G here, and then bend 12 on the G, and finally finish off on that 14 on the E. So this is an E. Okay, so if you think of that, here's that little box shape there. All right. So now what we could do is to make it sound a bit more melodic. We could play that all the way through the 12-bar blues if we wanted to. But what we'll do is, when it gets to the A chord, we'll move the same lick down to A. So if you think of A, okay, that A box there's your A note, all right? When it gets to the B for the turnaround, we think of this box, so B minor, all right? And then back to E. So for the E, we're doing this. All right. And then when we do the A, we're going to do the same thing. But we're thinking this A box here. When it does the turnaround, that's a little bit shorter, so I'm going to mess with the lick a bit there. So I'm doing the same thing. This is 9, 7, 9. Then I curl this 9th fret on the G and kill it with my right hand. Then I can do the same for the A. All right. So let me go through this, see if this makes sense. So if we had an E, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now I'm going to the A. Back to the E. Now the B. To the A. E. Okay, now that bit I did at the end, because you know on the blues, on that 12th bar, you can go back to an E. I just went... There are two notes from B, which is D sharp and F sharp. Don't worry if you don't know what that means, it's all right. It's the 13th fret of the D, the 14th fret here of the low E. All right. So we went through a blues. We took one simple lick, and instead of just playing that, you know, all the way through, we could make it sound a little bit more like jazzy, if you want to call it that way, by thinking of the A, so E note, 12th fret, A and B, and that works pretty good. Did a little curl there. To the A, back to the E. The B, okay, that was the end of that. All right, so that's one idea you can do. So try and follow the changes. You are kind of following the changes, but you're playing the same lick. But it sounds quite good. I think it does anyway. Now, the other thing you can start to do, and this is where it gets a little more difficult, and you're breaking away from licks, but you're kind of not. So you're taking your lick but you're thinking to yourself, da, 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 is there any other way you can play that? Da, 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 da. So you're trying to hear something in your head to change it around a bit. So what if we went? So there, what did I do there? So that's it, that's... So now I'm going from the E major pentatonic. Again, don't worry, you can just learn the fingers here. So 11, 12, 13, 14. Then I play the same lick. So you can kind of hear that maybe in your head. You might hear something different in your head, which is great. That's why we're all playing differently, because we all hear different things. So really, when you're playing, it's more to do with up here than your fingers. But when we start, of course, it's in our fingers, and you noodle around, and sometimes you find some great things, and other times you don't. But mainly it's because of what you hear in your head. So that's an idea. Now, do you hear anything after that? I hear. Now I've got to work that out. So now can we put that together? All right, so we've developed the lick a bit there. Now, is that going to work if I move down to A, that same first idea? Let's see. Yeah, that's great. For the B, I'm going to have to shorten it there because we've only got that kind of one bar on B. A. There we go. So you're kind of playing the changes there. So you're taking a lick, messing with it. A. See there, I changed it again. This is the thing when you're improvising. After a while you can start to have little ideas, and because you've played quite a lot of licks you can start putting them together. So you're improvising, but you're kind of not, because you've done things before, and if you're used to playing like a certain genre of music, say like the blues, you know, you've heard ideas before. So in essence that's two little ideas from you, but those ideas can carry you for the rest of your life, really, because if you're taking this lick, so let's do something else. So now I'm just using this scale to try and play what I hear in my head, but let me try and analyze what I did there. Now this note I finished on here is an E, because it's a blues in E, alright, so we did this. Now my brain said, but what if we hit a higher E note? So where's a higher E note? On the 17th fret here, on the B, so you could do this. That sounds not too bad, does it? Adds a bit of a dimension to it. Mess with it a little more, and also, you know, don't be afraid to try these blues scale things. You got that note for the blues scale. So you can add these blues scale ideas. So that what I'm trying to get to in this video is, number one idea is try and follow the changes using one lick, and then if you have one lick, that's fantastic. just listen to it, play the lick, see if anything comes into your mind to play after it. Dun, 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 and then see if you can play that, you know, idea on the guitar. All right. So I hope that helps. Have a little go. Sometimes you'll hear something, sometimes you won't, you know, but the best way to hear something is just listen to the music a lot, you know. So I hope that helps, Sean. I hope that helps everyone, really. But they're nice ideas to practice with, because it sounds quite melodic, I think.